Hey guys, Lisa Salvatore here. It is Sunday, March 22nd, and I'm recording this video for the new moon on March 24th. That takes place at 5:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This new moon is at 4 degrees of Aries. The sun and moon are both in Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It starts the solar new year, so it's like a rebirth for everybody. It starts the next trip around the sun for all 12 zodiac signs. It's like a clean slate, right? Fresh start. And right now, obviously, it's a little different because of everything that's going on. However, we are still going to focus on the positives, which is that this Aries is ruled by Mars, and it gives us stronger health, hopefully, right? More fire, more vitality. So let's hope that that is the theming for the next couple of weeks as we've come out of some really difficult and are still in some difficult times. But let's focus on the positives of this new moon. So this new moon is conjuncting Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer in astrology, in our charts. It shows our deepest wounds that become our deepest strengths and have the most to teach us, right? And the most to show us about ourselves. And at this time, when we are really sort of forced to go inward on a much deeper level than we likely anticipated would happen, those things could be coming up. So it's very telling and very significant of the next couple weeks what this could feel like for all of us, for a lot of us, especially if you're an Aries, sun, moon, or rising, have a lot of fire in your chart, or a strong fire dominant. Fire signs will likely be feeling this energy, probably feeling like having a very hard time staying still, even though right now it's like you're being kind of forced to stay still, and maybe a little more difficult for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius heavy folks, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you burn that energy as best as you can, go outside, do a nice social distancing power walk or a run or whatever it is, just to kind of get that excess energy out, because it's there. So conjuncting Chiron. Chiron is about, like I said, it's like, who am I? And I'm sorry, Aries is the sign of the self. So Aries is like, I am. And Chiron's asking, who are you? So at this time, you could be just questioning a lot of things, particularly from childhood. There could be things, some wounds that you have that could be coming up, and you could be thinking about things you haven't thought of in a really long time. And so just sit with that and do things right now that soothe the soul, right? Do things that feel good. We're also at a time where this new moon is squaring the nodes, the moon's nodes, which are the north node and the south node. And the north node's in Cancer, which is interesting because Cancer is the sign of the home, and a lot of us are confined to our homes. And then the south node's Capricorn. So the north node is where it's our future. That's like what's good for the soul, and that's where we need to go to grow. And then the south node is where we're coming from, and it's what we're conditioned to act out of at that place. And it doesn't always feel comfortable to repeat the same patterns, but yet it's safe, okay? So we're like at this karmic crossroads right now, both collectively, yes, but I'm not focusing, I'm talking about individually. We're all at this karmic crossroads, all of us are, at this place where it's like just a really weird time, and it's not just weird because of what's going on the outside, but also weird because it is forcing us to really question who we are, how we show up in the world, what we do, right? It's really crazy, to be honest. It's really crazy. So anyway, doing little things that could soothe your soul, things that you like to do that maybe you don't always have the time to do. Like if you love to read and you just find you never have time to read. Now, if you're home, make it a point. Take that extra half an hour to get your books going, read what you want to read. I personally love to cook. So for me, I find cooking very therapeutic. So I've been doing a lot of that, at this time, since it's not like we can really go out or even order in. Well, I guess you could, but anyway, I'm digressing as usual. So Chiron, so it's squaring the nodes. So this is this push-pull dynamic of who am I, where do I want to go, and how can I get there? And can I get there right now, right? Because there are restrictions. And then where I've been before, and how does that feel, and what do I want to change? So again, this is a new moon of deep, cathartic purging, right? It's a cleanse. Look at it as a cleanse. And it actually could feel quite positive if you take away the noise right now of the outside world and just go to the inside, go into the internal, to the soul here, because that's what Chiron is. Chiron's deep soul stuff, right? And looking at who you really are on the soul level, because that's what we are at the end of the day, is we're a soul, right? All right, so you want to trust yourself right now. That's important as we're being herded like sheep, literally. It's important to have that inner foundation and to honor your truth, and don't be misled. If you don't agree with what you're being fed by others, just don't allow yourself to be herded. That's the bottom line. I don't know. Anyway, I'm having a really hard time formulating words the past couple of days. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that. It's really weird. It's like I feel like I have so much going. I mean, that's probably why we're all like going crazy, and there's so much going on up here that it's like it's hard to excavate. It's hard to formulate. Excavate. Excavate's a good word right now too, though, because we are excavating structures, right? Of the way things once were and working with new structures into the way things will be, which is also interesting because Saturn just switched signs. Saturn was in Capricorn for the last 2.5 years, and now Capricorn has entered Aquarius as of yesterday, March 21st. And Aquarius and Capricorn are kind of similar in a lot of ways. Saturn traditionally rules over Capricorn, and in astrology, Saturn did rule over Aquarius until Uranus took over and now is the ruler of Aquarius. So however, Aquarius does still have that Saturnian vibe. Now that Saturn's in Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign of the group consciousness. It's humanitarian, and it's all about, Aquarius also rules the internet and technology. And so we're being asked right now to restructure, because Saturn is restructuring, and boundaries and limitations and all of that, but it does produce tremendous growth when it's finished with us. And Saturn is slow. Saturn moves very slowly through the zodiac, so they're not like fast sweeping changes, but they're slow to grow changes, and they do change structure. So everybody's being forced to work differently now. A lot of people are doing digital, which they never thought they would be able to do, and now here they are doing it. So it's forcing us to get very creative and much more inventive, which is what Aquarius is all about. Aquarian energy is very inventive and innovative and creative, and it's free thinking and future orientated, which right now is the time that we're under, right? So yeah, I mean, use this time to just kind of go inward and don't spiral. I keep saying that. It's so hard not to right now, but try to focus on the good, those little nuggets. For me, it's like I've been trying to get outside every day and just connect to nature, because that makes me feel better and kind of clears my head of everything else. And so for me, it's important that I do that, and as much as possible. So I don't know what it is for you, but find that one little thing or two little things that you can count on to clear your head, because right now that's going to be really important. Let's see what else did I write down anything important that I wanted to say? I probably blabbed and said it all anyway. Yeah, this is just like a time of resetting, rebirthing, not just what's going on outside, but also of who we are, right? First new moon of the year, think about it that way. So it will set the tone for the rest of the astrological year. So, do a little new moon ritual. Get a notebook, get a pen, sit down, find some quiet time, write down the things you'd like to do for yourself over this next little while, and tuck that away so that you see it every so often, and you read it and you remind yourself of the good and the things you'd like to do, as we all are in this together, watching what's going to unfold over the next little while. And it's important that we stay connected as much as possible. Take really good care of yourselves. Like I said, I'm going to be putting out another video in the next couple of days when I can formulate my words better about Chiron, and a special reading for you, if you're interested, in your own chart, to unlock the key to your powerful soul healing. And Chiron in the chart, by the way, the glyph for Chiron is literally, it looks like a key. So that's no coincidence. Anyway, stay tuned. I will be back with more of these videos. I hope you are all taking really good care of yourselves during these trying times. Look for the positives. There's always something in there. And I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye.